ओम नतस्य प्रतिमा अस्ति यस्य नाम महद्यशः हिरण्यगर्भ इत्येष मामा हिंसीद इत्येष यस्मान् न जात इत्येषः. Namaste to all. This is Yajurveda 32/3. I have explained this mantra a couple of times in my channel already. But when I was reading the Bhavarth Bhashya of Maharishi Dhananda Saraswati, it was so wonderful. I thought of making a short video. We all know the meaning of Natasya Pratima Asti. Us Paramatma ka koi Pratima nahi hai. That Paramatma, that Almighty God, does not have any form, does not have any statue, does not have any idol, does not have any photograph. Some people interpret Pratima, Natasya Pratima Asti as there is nobody equal to Paramatma. Actually, Pratima means measurement. So there is no measurement of Paramatma. Paramatma is infinite. So we cannot confine Paramatma in an idol, in a murti, in a statue, etc. That is the bhavarth of this mantra. And Maharishi Dayanand Saraswati really beautifully he writes, He Manushyaha Yaha Kadachit Dehadari na bhavati. Yaha Jo. Yaha means Jo. Kadachit Dehadari na bhavati. Kadachit means kabhi bhi, that Paramatma never assumes deha. Deha means body. Never assumes any body, neither human body, nor animal bodies, nor tree, etc. etc. People worship tree, people worship sun, people worship moon, people worship the human form of Paramatma. It is not Paramatma. Human form of Paramatma does not exist. Natasya pratima asti. Yaha kadachit dehadari na bhavati. Yasya kinchit api parimanam nasti. Parimanam means boundary. Kinchit api, there is not even a slightest boundary to Paramatma. He is limitless. He is not only formless, he is also limitless. There is no limit to Paramatma. From a human being point of view, even this world appears to be limitless for us. We are so limited prani. Even this entire universe is so insignificant when we compare to Paramatma. But even in this entire universe, which is so insignificant, is so vast for us. We are so minute. We are Ekadeshi. We are present in one place, right? Paramatma is limitless. Parimanam nasti. There is no boundary of Paramatma for Paramatma. Yasya agya palanam eva namasmaranam asti. Very important statement. Yasya agya palanam eva. Only eva means here Paramatma Maharishi is giving a surety. When we follow the agya, when we follow the instruction of Paramatma, that alone is called as namasmaranam. When you remember Paramatma, we remember Paramatma daily, morning and evening. We do Sandhya Upasana, we do Homa, Agnihotra, Gayatri Mantra, Agnihotra, etc. etc. But here Maharishi says, during that time, yes, you will remember Paramatma, of course. But after that, what you must do, how do you remember Paramatma? By following his instruction. And where are his instructions available? In the Vedas. So when we follow the Vedic instruction, Yasya Agya Palanam Eva Namasmaranam Asti, that is called as real Namasmaranam of Paramatma. That means when we do moral deeds across our life, throughout the day, when we are involved in moral activities, when we are involved in doing Vedic deeds, then we are actually doing Namasmaranam. We are actually remembering Paramatma. See the secret of this mantra. Ya upasitaha san upasakan anugrhnati vedanam anekastaleshu yasya mahatvam pratipadyate. Ya upasitaha, whoever is worshipping that Paramatma, whoever is doing, whichever sadhak is doing Upasana of that Paramatma san upasakan anugrhanati. He will do anugraha for us. Paramatma will help us to achieve our aim of our life. What is the aim of our life? To destroy the sins. Trividhi dukkha atyant nivriti atyant purushartha. The aim of our life is to destroy sins. So Paramatma, when we do upasana of that Paramatma, when we do Agya Palana of that Paramatma, when we follow the instructions of Paramatma, mantra says Paramatma will give you anugraha, Paramatma will take you towards your final goal. And also that Paramatma, see, who is that Paramatma? This mantra widely quoted by Muslim scholars. Natasya pratimasti, Natasya pratimasti, don't go to temple. Hindu should not go to temple. Why? Because Vedas say that. So Allah also say in Quran, should not go to temple, God is formless. And Quran is the last revelation of Paramatma. Muslim scholar says, no. See, the mantra says, Vedanam anekastaleshu yasya mahatvam pratipadyate. We must follow that Paramatma who is described in the Vedas in anekastaleshu, in the Vedas, in various places in the Vedas, Paramatma's qualities are mentioned. And we must worship that Paramatma. Leaving this Paramatma, we must not worship any other Paramatma. We cannot say that, the Paramatma mentioned in Bible is Paramatma. Paramatma mentioned in Quran is Paramatma. Paramatma mentioned in Bhagavatam is Paramatma. No. Paramatma is mentioned only in Vedas. We must follow only Vedas. Anekastaleshu yasya mahatvam pratipadyate. That Paramatma, who is that Paramatma? Yonamriyate, na vikriyate, na kshiyate. That Paramatma does not die, does not change. He does not change. He is ever same. Whether the universe exists or not, whether we exist or not, every time he is unchangeable. Na vikriyate. There is no vikar in this param. Vikar means change. Early morning when we get up, we are in pleasant mood. After some time, the maid does not come or the milk does not come, the current goes away. We have planned something does not happen. We get immediately mood off, right? But Paramatma does not have this kind of qualities. He does not change his mood. He is always ever same. Na vikriyate or na kshiyate. He is not destroyed. He does not die. He does not get destroyed. Also, he does not have any even smallest kshiya means even the smallest damage is impossible in Paramatma. Tasya eva upasanam satatam kuruta. We must worship only this Paramatma who is praised in the Vedas, who is mentioned in the Vedas in Anekastal. In various places it is mentioned. We must worship only this Paramatma. Tasyeva upasanam satatam kuruta. There is 100% Maharishi writes in this Bhavarth. We must worship only this Paramatma. Leaving this Paramatma, let's not worship anybody. If not, what happens? Yadya asmad binnasya upasanam. Leaving this Paramatma, bhinna Paramatma. When we make our own Paramatma, or when we follow the Paramatma available in the various books of this world, what happens? Karishyanti, if we worship that Paramatma as Paramatma who is not Paramatma, tarhinena mahata papena yuktaha santo bhavanto dukkha kleshair hata bhavishyanti. Hata bhavishyanti, our future will get destroyed. Dukkha klesha, we will get into kleshas, we will get into dukkhas. Because we are doing a very big sin by leaving this Paramatma. We are doing a very big sin by worshipping somebody else's Paramatma. And also understand, Yadya asmad binna upasanam. See, I was carefully trying to analyze yesterday, but see the word use, binna upasanam. Throughout the day when I analyze my daily activity, what are the other upana? Of course, we don't worship anybody else other than Paramatma in the Yajna, in the Nam Jap, in the Dhyana meditation. We worship the Paramatma of the Vedas. We praise the Paramatma by Ved Mantra, but that's only for morning 1 hour, evening 1 hour, right? So when I was analyzing my lifestyle, I was thinking, see, I am spending so much of time on mobile phone, so I am doing upasana of mobile phone. I am spending so much of time on my channel. I'm thinking about what should I do, I'm doing indirectly, I'm involved in upasana of so many other things which are not directly related to Paramatma. See, Paramatma says do with prachar, that's okay. But I'm just telling, I'm spending so much of time on my mobile phone watching YouTube. videos, watching Netflix, whatever it is. We are all doing this, right? So here Paramatma is giving an indication. ऐसा उपासना मत करो. Don't. Upasana means going asan, sitting near, sitting close. We sit close to mobile phone so many times, right? We are having so many other thinkings. We sit so close to our thinking that, I hate that person. What he has done to me. How should I handle it? We plan so many things. So we are all doing upasana of various things. Although even a Vedic follower, although he does not worship anybody else other than the Paramatma, but here we must understand the Tatparya. We must understand the main message that throughout the day, how much time you are keeping Paramatma in your mind. Throughout the day, if you make a diary, that morning 4 o'clock I wake up, or 4:30, let's example, 4:30 to 6 o'clock, okay, we are remembering Paramatma. 6 to 6:45, okay, we are remembering Paramatma, doing yajna. After 6:45, we are drinking coffee, then we are going for walking. While walking, we listen to some music, we forget Paramatma. Then coming back, I'm just telling, it's not my schedule, I'm just telling. Coming back from walking, we read newspaper, we read some channel, then we take bath, we go to office, we drive, we listen to some radio or some music, we drive to office, or somebody will go to business. And after going to office, we chit chat, have coffee, go out with friends. Here is Paramatma. We are all having upasana of various other things. Where is Paramatma existing there? So that's what here we must try. In a way, this is a message to myself. Maybe it is useful for you, but I understand like this, that I am spending so much of time other than upasana of Paramatma. I am not having my mind on Paramatma. So Paramatma in a way is telling me, hey, you are not having your mind on me, so you are also doing any other upasana other than me. You are doing upasana of your mobile phone, your friends, your office, your business, etc., etc. Why don't you remember me even that time? That is the message here. Extremely important. Otherwise, what happens? See, that's the reason even a Vedic follower, why he is in dukkha, why he is having klesh, why he is having ragdvesh, why he is having many other issues, because leaving those 2 hours, 22 hours, he is away from Paramatma. I'm seeing my life. I'm not saying, I'm not blaming anybody else. I'm saying myself, that even I am having dukkha, I'm having klesha, I'm having raga, I'm having desh, I'm having everything. So what is the reason? Maharishi has answered here, that you are doing upasana of Paramatma only for 2 hours. 22 hours, you are not considering Paramatma at all. And because you are not considering Paramatma, that many times you do adharma, unknowingly you do adharma. For self pleasure, we do adharma unknowingly. Unknowingly we do adharma. And whenever we do adharma, we are going against Paramatma. So, and we are leaving the namas. See, two important things. One is following the agya of Paramatma is namasmaranam, and also leaving the upasana we will enter into klesh. So these two we must link. So always remember Paramatma. You are going to a meeting, example, I'm just telling, you are going to a meeting, remember Paramatma and start the meeting. And in midst of the meeting, like you are getting lost somewhere, just try to remember Paramatma. Hey Paramatma, I should always remember you inside the mind. So try to keep Paramatma every time. And when you do any activity, my Acharya told a very important thing yesterday in the Yajna, day before. He was telling that pratyek karam Acharya se puch kar karo. Every activity of your life, ask Acharya and do. Then you will never do sins. Before doing an activity, like I'm going to I just finished a homa. So before homa, I should ask Acharya, can I do homa? Obviously, Acharya has given the permission already, so do homa. Suppose you are going, like yesterday there was a question that my family members are forcing me to, I'm getting married, but I have become a Vedic person, I have become vegetarian. But my family member says, in the marriage you must secure that non-veg is available, otherwise we won't come to your shadi, otherwise there is no marriage. So what should I do, sir? He was asking me. I cannot comment on personal life of others. It is your own, because you are getting married, you have to take a decision. But I just replied that, you know the answer, vegetarian. Paramatma says, for my sake, for the world's sake, you are going against me, I cannot accept it. For my sake, you go against the world, it's okay. But for world's sake, you are going against my instructions. it's not acceptable by Paramatma. So we must take decision. So before taking a decision to award a contract of cooking to any cooking fellow, must secure that this is only vegetarian food. If no vegetarian food, you will, if the family says without non-veg your shadi will not happen, then I don't need shadi. I don't need that kind of marriage. I will not do this kind of sins. So this kind of decision we must try to take, because here Paramatma says, Yasya agya palanam eva namasmaranam asti. Namasmaran ka, there is no other definition. Remembering Paramatma means remembering his agya, following his instructions. There is no other namasmaran other than this. And similarly, upasana, we forget Paramatma whenever we do sins. If you carefully analyze in your life, whenever you do sins, you will just see here and there, forgetting that Paramatma is inside you, Paramatma is outside you. We forget and we do sins. We see here and there, okay, let me go for a quick smoke. When somebody is smoking, initial stages, he will see that whether my wife is coming or not, whether my parents are coming, the known person is there or not. He will see here and there, and then he'll start smoking, right? So, wahan par, at that point of time, we are coming away from the upasana of Paramatma and trying to do a sin. So, we are removing Paramatma at that point of time. So, all these things will lead us to dukh, will lead us to kleshas, will put our life and bhavishyanti hatva, hata. Future is destroyed. This life is also destroyed. Future is also destroyed without Paramatma. That is this is a very, very important mantra. Please go through this mantra again and again. I also, whenever I find time, even though this mantra, Andan Tamah Pravishanti, I have read 100,000 times, but still I read because we forget. Many times we read to speak to others, but we really don't read to follow. So try to revise again and again, take a notes and try to revise. Similarly, I also do. Similarly, you also do. Might help in your life. It is helping in my life. And we have to strive further hard to become perfect. In the eyes of Paramatma, in the eyes of Acharya, we must try to become perfect. That's the main aim of Vedas. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.